sweet morsels of wisdom. And in today's Dolce, I will be discussing your personal purpose-based professional brand. Okay, so you might be thinking, what the heck is that? So let me tell you a little bit about this. Your personal brand shows the world exactly what kind of leadership identity you have. And this will attract all the right opportunities to your doorstep. And a personal brand can also translate into all sorts of sweet little morsels if it's done well, right? So I'm really excited for this topic today. And then I am going to be heading over to the Leadership Lounge for some après dolce with those here in the Zoom room with me for some Q&A and a robust discussion, and maybe a little bit of hot seat coaching around this topic. So I'm Joanne Newborn, certified lifestyle and leadership coach with my company, Newborn Evolution. And I found through my 18 plus years in the corporate landscape that there is a real lack of leadership out there. So I'm really, really passionate about helping career-focused individuals who feel frustrated, stressed out, and unfulfilled to be able to create that leadership mindset for themselves so they can attain that dream career with an ideal salary and a guilt-free work-life balance. So I also have my MBA from Penn State with Beta Gamma Sigma honors. I've earned my ACC credential with the International Coaching Federation, and I'm also a certified diversity, equity, and inclusion coach. So at the end of today, I have some exciting free opportunities for you that others will be paying for. And this opportunity is only available today at the end of our discussion. So stay tuned. Okay, back to my original question. What is a personal brand? So a personal brand is everything that makes you unique. It means everything to your employer, your audience, your colleagues, your clients, and any future opportunities that you might be considering. This is really your personal and professional strengths, talents, and competencies that really set you apart from everyone else. It's the why someone would think you are a must-have for the organization, the why someone should hire you, and the why you are a perfect fit over everyone else. So when you start to set up your purpose-based personal brand, you're going to become the commodity that people want. And it also takes the focus off yourself from not feeling good enough, right? And it flips it to why you are the best at what you do, from convincing them to really owning your own spark. And those who want to hire you, whether it's an employer or a client, they easily know exactly how you are going to bring value to them and to the team. So you're also going to learn everything that goes into a great brand. We're going to learn who you are and the purpose-based identity that you want to be, and how to illuminate yourself both online and in person so people instantly see you in this light, and how to establish the why that I was talking about that comes from really deep, deep, deep inside yourself. So after this Dolce today, you can easily stand out from your colleagues in the competitive landscape. You can feel confident that when you're going for that big promotion or networking in your industry, like just knowing who you are. And you can step into this new identity by really implementing the practices that we're going to learn today. And the really great thing is that you can repeat this formula over and over again to consistently create and recreate the magic of who you are and communicate it to others. I mean, it just Like saying that makes me feel good. I hope it makes you feel good. So, okay, we have established what a brand is and partially why we need our personal purpose-based professional brand. Now let's get to the how, right? Because we're probably thinking, well, how do we do this, Joanne? Okay, so many times we get going in our careers and we do a lot of shoulding, right? We're shoulding all over ourselves. We should go into this career or that career because our families told us to, or they said it was a good idea, or it made sense with our major in college, or that's where we think that the money stream and potential is going to exist the most. Because after all, you may have student loans to pay off or debt or other things, right? So we're going to follow the money trail. So I'm going to give you a little secret. When you are aligned with your purpose, which, by the way, I am going to be deep diving into at my 4th annual event, Ignite Your Purpose 2022 in January, but I'm going to give you more info on that later. So when you are aligned with your purpose, not only do you feel more fulfilled, the money most certainly follows quite easily. And it's an element of trust, right? Which is a whole nother topic, internal trust, but keep that in your back pocket for another Dolce, because I'll be talking about that for sure. So back to our brand. Our brand sets us apart. So rather than trying to be all things to all people, we build our confidence by knowing this is the thing that I'm really amazing at. And I want the world to know this. And there are very few people out there who can do this thing that I do better than I can. And believe it, and really believe it, because it's part of who you are. So I'm going to give you a real example from my corporate career. So when I began my journey in the alcohol beverage industry, I accidentally, well, honestly, there are no accidents, but that's another Dolce. But I accidentally landed a role that toed the line between sales and marketing. So I was doing both. And there were many times that I was asked on interviews which one that I liked better and which one I wanted to do more, sales or marketing. And honestly, like I couldn't give people an answer. I really liked both equally. And there was this like rush and charge that I got internally from both aspects of it. So sometimes I even felt like something was wrong with me because I couldn't choose one. But I would always give the same answer, which I meant. To me, it was really, really important that sales and marketing were married to each other and not at odds with each other. Because history will show you that they have always been at odds with each other. And the two departments have always had their own agendas that didn't mesh. And so I felt that I was really good at marrying the two together for a united result. And then something happened. The industry changed. And suddenly, there became this huge need for people who could do both. People who could be in the field, understand the challenges of the sales teams, and provide marketing programs for them on a more localized level. Now, this hadn't really existed before. And now this was a long time ago, right? I'm not talking about now, but so this hadn't existed before. And it's like my purpose was set by my instincts, and my unconscious mind knew what was going to be cutting edge before my conscious mind did. And wow, that was really amazing. And then suddenly I was really in demand. So instead of me being judged for not being able to make up my mind about if I wanted to be in sales or marketing, companies wanted the expert that I was, because not many others knew how to toe the line like I could. And so I rose up the ranks really quickly. And executive recruiters would call me and steal me to go to bigger and bigger companies. And of course, my salary and my bonus and my benefits and all sorts of goodies came along with it. Now, if I was shooting all over myself, I would have tried to pick one. I would have said I should pick sales or marketing, but I didn't, because what made my heart sing was that I liked to do both. And like I said above, I got this real rush from both sides of it. And I could have never, ever, ever predicted what would happen. And so neither can you. And all you can really do is be true to what feels good to you, right? And know deep down inside of you what you are really, really good at. And so, how did all this internal knowing turn into my brand? Well, I started to tell people, right? I made up this term that no one was using, and I used it all the time on interviews. I said I was a hybrid, and they looked at me kind of perplexed. And I said, well, my area of expertise was the hybrid between sales and marketing. And I knew how to help the sales teams to get to their numbers and revenue for the year by supporting them with the right marketing programs. And I had success stories to prove it. And I was the hybrid. And then they leaned in a little bit closer and they listened a little more intently. And no one was talking to them like this, you know? And so they wanted more. And they would say, well, go on, let me hear more. Okay. So you might be thinking, well, Joanne, how do I know? How do I know this? You figured it out, but how do I know? So let's play a little bit, right? So you might want to take out a pen and paper because here's where you're going to do some real learning. So I want you to think about your current career. And I'd like you to think about, how do you feel about it? Don't think about the, excuse me, money aspect of it right now. Don't worry about that. I just want you to think in terms of, does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel happy when you wake up each morning and do this? So here are some things that may be coming up for you. I like it, but there's something missing. I don't make enough money, but I do love what I do. I hate my job. I always wanted to do X, Y, and Z, but I was too afraid. And I used to do something I loved, but I had to change careers to support others. So I am sure that there are many other things to consider. But now I want you to consider the things that you are really, really, really good at, that people say, oh, wow, when you do them. And I also want you to start to know the difference between a hobby and a career. So I'll give you another example. When I was young, I wanted to be a jockey. Like seriously, I wanted to be a jockey. And even though I was quite young, I knew that jockeys were all under a certain height. So when I had surpassed that height, I kind of knew that, you know, it really wasn't going to be in the cards for me, but that's okay because I still got to ride horses and enjoy it. So that's kind of, you know, something that you can feel through there. So remember, I've also been talking about purpose and our purpose-based professional brand. So knowing your purpose probably takes the most amount of thought of all of this. Like I didn't even know we were supposed to have a purpose. And purpose is probably one of the most important things in defining who we are and our reality. Now, your purpose can be anything that you feel passionate about. And I would like to read you a little passage from The Greater Good at Berkeley EDU. So, quote, for decades, psychologists have studied how long-term meaningful goals develop over the span of our lives. And the goals that foster a sense of purpose are the ones that can potentially change the lives of other people, like launching an organization or researching disease or teaching kids to read. So indeed, a sense of purpose appears to have evolved in humans so that we can accomplish big things together, which may be why it's actually associated with better physical and mental health. Purpose is adaptive. It's an evolutionary sense. It helps both individuals and the species to survive. And many seem to believe that purpose arises from your special gifts and sets you apart from other people. But that's only part of the truth, right? It also grows from our connection to others, which is why a crisis of purpose is actually also a symptom of isolation. I mean, that's really sad to me. So once you find your path, you'll almost certainly find others traveling along with you, hoping to reach the same destination, right? This is how we find our community, our tribe. So, end quote. So having a sense of purpose and knowing your purpose will also help you in your career because you stand for something. You feel solid, you feel confident in it, and you can get through almost anything if you know your purpose. This is really key. So I'm going to give you homework. I would take out your pen and I would write this down right now. Answer these 5 questions in depth and really think about and define your purpose. And I will put these questions also in the comments so that you have them. So what do you love? What do you hate? What do you believe? What's great about you? And what's your purpose? 5 questions. What do you love? What do you hate? What do you believe? And what's great about you? And what's your purpose? So if we go back to my example of my career and becoming the expert hybrid between sales and marketing, was I changing the world? No, I wasn't changing the world. I wasn't curing cancer, but I was filling a gap that needed to be filled, and it felt awesome. And I became aware that I was on to something, and I was ahead of the curve in a competitive landscape. And I could bring something to the table that most others could not. And that made me feel really jazzed up. And that in itself was enough. So if I go and answer the above questions that I just gave to you all, they became really simple. What do I love? Sales and marketing. What do I hate? I hate being pigeonholed into one or the other. What do you believe? I believe that I'm really good at both, and there's a real need for sales and marketing to be married to each other and not fighting each other. What's great about you? I am the hybrid guru that marries them both for greater sales and revenue. And what's my purpose? My purpose is to provide a way for companies that need this skill set, talent, and forward-thinking nature. So, boom, there you go. So this is just a tiny, small taste of what we will be doing together at my 4th annual event, Ignite Your Purpose, on Sunday, January 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, you are going to have a tiny little window to get a free ticket to it this evening. So just so you know, sometimes we don't need to quit, burn down the career we've built to start new or strike out on our own. Sometimes we just need a little bit of clarity and direction to embrace the leader that we want to embody. And doing that requires us to ignite our purpose. So at Ignite Your Purpose, we're going to clarify. We're going to use my visionary process where you'll discover your purpose at the event itself and leave with a new perspective on your career, including how it folds into your everyday happiness and joy. Right? And if you're ready to really strike out on your own, we're going to connect. You're going to walk away with an actionable plan that helps you to connect with the tasks and projects and take tangible steps to the success. And lastly, we're going to capitalize. We're going to work with the limitations that we may have around not believing in our purpose so that we can fully move forward and get the most out of each day on your journey there. Because we all know that we can do this work and our minds will still say awful things that shake our confidence, right? So when you leave Ignite, you're going to have a personalized path forward in your new career journey. You will feel fully connected to your purpose with your heart, your mind, and your soul, knowing exactly how to embrace it and action it each day. And you'll learn how to shake, shimmy, and shine the heck out of your passions. So tickets are $47, but I am offering anyone here today the option of a free ticket. So if you want a free ticket, just say Ignite Me in the comments below or in the chat in the VIP lounge. And just for today, December 28th until 11:59 p.m. I'm going to give you a free ticket to the event. In fact, there will be a link exactly to your free ticket until 11:59 p.m. and then you will see that link disappear. So you have the rest of this evening to claim your free ticket. Also, if you have questions, you can put them below. And we are going to move into our VIP area, the Opera Dolce in the Leadership Lounge, where I'm going to be doing some Q&A around this topic and some hot seat coaching for the guests here in the lounge. And I just want to thank you all so much for joining me and have a wonderful new year. And I will see you at Ignite Your Purpose 2022.